Peace and blessings, beautiful souls, magnificent beings. Allow us to deal effectively with cortisol and break down a few things in these short video. Again, we must understand our health in order to optimize our health. So let's check out some things dealing with cortisol. So what we're seeing right here is a few ways to optimize our cortisol levels in order for us to get the most out of our health and to actually help prevent us from certain diseases that are cortisol driven. So prioritizing quality sleep is one of them. Engage in regular physical activity, practice mindfulness and meditation, maintain a healthy diet, build strong social connections, limit caffeine, alcohol consumption. Now, this is going to be very difficult for some individuals, but you must consider this as something that might need to be done, especially if you're dealing or suffering from chronic cortisol or high cortisol levels. And you can have those checked. And as you see the ticker right here, the normal range of cortisol, usually between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m., it's going to spike when we're waking up, and that's 10 to 20 micrograms per deciliter. And in the evening times, it naturally drops, usually between around 4 p.m., it drops to 3 to 10 micrograms per deciliter. So again, cortisol is something that you and I must come to understand and learn how to utilize the things around us in order to keep our cortisol in check. Again, I've stated many times before on other videos, chronic cortisol or high chronic cortisol condition can actually lead to type 2 diabetes. Now let's check out this video right here with this young man speaking about some things dealing with cortisol.
The human body is continually responding to stresses to maintain homeostasis. Before we look at the specifics of how cortisol responds to stress to maintain homeostasis, let's first refresh our understanding of the fundamentals of a homeostatic system. The tendency to maintain a stable internal environment when exposed to a varied environment is called homeostasis.
You hear a lot about homeostasis, especially from those of us who are in the health and wellness community and who seek to treat things from a natural perspective using natural modalities such as fasting, such as mind-body connection, such as healthy nutrition, exercise, a good regimen of supplementation, high-end supplementation, and other things that can be utilized when it comes to bringing the body back to homeostasis, which the body wants to be in. And again, certain conditions can lead us out of homeostasis. Let's get back and listen to our guy speak on some more things dealing with this. Let's go back to
homeostatic mechanism is made up of three fundamental parts: the receptor, the control center, and the effector. The receptor receives a stimulus, which then relays this information onto the control center to make sense of it. The control center will then send a signal to the effector to produce a response which usually opposes the original stimulus. Now we are ready for cortisol and stress. Almost all types of stress will result in an increased release of cortisol, whether the stress is physical or neurogenic. For today, the example will be trauma, specifically resulting in a laceration of.
So hopefully you heard exactly what he just mentioned, that pretty much all stress results in a rise in cortisol levels. And this is why many of us who actually are training need to train or need to exercise in a way that minimizes the spike of cortisol, because exercise is a stress on the body. So you have the emotional stress, you have psychological stress, and you have physical stress. All these stresses have an impact on cortisol levels. And this is something that you and I must be aware of, especially for those of us who are pre-diabetic and diabetic when it comes to managing our blood sugar levels, because cortisol has a major impact on our blood sugar levels. For more of this type of information and for longer in-depth videos, sign up for my wellness group, email me, and in the tagline, put more information, and I'll send you information on what it is that my wellness group entails and the things that you would need to do in order to join the wellness group. Again, for high level coaching, hit me up. Have a beautiful day. Peace.